Notre Dame President John Jenkins. My name is Dan Quinn, and 35 years ago, I made the greatest stop in the history of Notre Dame football. I catch a tailback diving for a touchdown on 4th and inches against Pittsburgh, and Lou Holtz, who was shaving points and throwing the game, fires me immediately when I hit the sidelines. So I quit football, so no one knows my name. And it's a problem because I've discovered that Stevia in massive amounts on a regular basis, drinking very, very sweet Stevia water all day long, cures cancer, diabetes, and obesity. And it gets deeper than that. Stevia actually splits water into a natural gas inside a blender. It's called split H2O. I've had a PhD confirm that in the past. They can actually make engines to run off that. And it gets even deeper than that. The announcers didn't even mention my name during the game. They mentioned everybody around the play, but they didn't mention Dan Quinn's name. So that gets into how deep the conspiracy goes with Notre Dame influencing the broadcasters not to speak my name. And I'll make you a deal, John. Have university scientists get on Stevia on top of it, actually using it. It'll lean them up, extend their life, make them healthier, but blend some in water so they can validate natural gas, validate my Notre Dame, validate my Nobel Prize winning discovery, help me win a Nobel Prize, and I won't disparage Notre Dame's name after I get rich and famous for winning a Nobel Prize, because Stevia does cure. Stevia does split water into a gas whose exhaust can be turned into what acts like a fountain of youth. Blend some stevia in water, put a half teaspoon to a teaspoon, which is overpowering to people's taste buds because stevia is 300 times stronger than sugar. They're just using a little dust to swap out the taste when they drink it, and put it in a blender full of water, close the lid, turn it on. You'll see the blender start to struggle as it turns white and the top blows off and the soup goes over everything. That's how I discovered stevia blends water into a natural gas. Anyways, keep looking at the white soap or the white soup, Keep looking at the white soup, which is split H2O, and it'll flash back into water laying underneath a huge layer of soap. Get all that soap out of water, and my uncle drank what was left over and banished 6 cancerous breast tumors in 4 months. 74 pounds of flabby fat was gone within 4 months, and type 2 diabetes was gone within 2 weeks. So do the math. Extrapolate those results over the country, and it's a health utopia. So in a way, Notre Dame is guilty for millions of deaths because Lou Holtz fired me for making the greatest stop in the history of Notre Dame football, like I said, and I quit football on the spot and chose boxing because I would have had Lou Holtz killed had I continued in football and gotten enough money to pay criminals that I was associated with to do them in. So help me get Stevia famous, and I won't disparage Notre Dame's name. I won't bring up the fact that every time I took a shower, Brother Tom in Soren Hall was there to greet me at my door, half naked, not getting out of my room. Brother Touch, always giving me hugs around the campus. Oh, you're a fine young Notre Dame man. The icky things at Notre Dame that would keep recruits from coming. I'll keep that out of my name. I'll keep that out of my mouth. And I won't mention your name except to say the good parts about Notre Dame, which I think are bullshit, standard family values. I got kicked out for an attempted rape that never happened. And your own priest's testimony, the priest in, not Pangborn, but the hall that I was staying with, his testimony proved I was innocent. These girls lied and said that I my stereo was playing so loud that Patsy McGowan's cries for help couldn't be heard, or the priest's testimony in this 3 to 5 minute time window when I was alone with this girl behind a closed door was that it was silent because there was a knock when we were behind that door. Patsy McGowan and I, knock, 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 Dan, are you in there? Are you in there? And you could hear him listening at the door. We were silent because we would get in trouble. And all the freshmen in the hall ushered us out to the bus. I gave her a kiss goodnight. And I thought everything was fine until 2 weeks later, I get a notice under my door that I'm charged with attempted rape. And I'm like, I knew she was in some way associated with Patty McGowan, the girl that I bitch slapped off me after she attacked me. She was a student at St. Mary's across the street. We were at a party. She attacked me. My girlfriend witnessed it, and I got suspended for 2 semesters for defending myself. That's because Lou Holtz didn't like me. The university didn't get my back, and Notre Dame failed in its duties to me, failed miserably. And I'm going to win a Nobel Prize with or without your help. With it, I go silent on Notre Dame. And without it, I'm going to ruin recruiting as long as I can, which is going to be for a long time because I'm on Stevia.